Hey there! If you've been following the news lately, you might have heard about the recent report that shows high inflation rates persisting in the US. This has certainly rattled Wall Street and left many consumers wondering what to expect next. According to experts like William Luther, director of the American Institute for Economic Research's Sound Money Project, the rate of price growth is likely to stay higher than average through 2023. In other words, we can expect higher prices for goods and services for the next few years. While the Federal Reserve is working to control inflation, it may not be an easy road ahead. The recent government reading shows that inflation rose by 5.4% from a year ago as of January, with core inflation, excluding food and energy prices, increasing by 4.7%. This is certainly a cause for concern. However, it's important to note that there may be some fluctuations in the inflation rate. January's rise could be just a blip, and we may see fewer price increases in the future. That being said, it's still a good idea to be mindful of your spending and budget accordingly. While we can hope for a decline in inflation this year, it's likely that it won't be a straight line. As Raymond James chief economist Eugenio Elman puts it, it will not be a straight line. You might have heard about the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, PCEPI. This is the central bank's preferred measure for tracking inflation, as they aim to bring it down to a 2% target. But why is the PCEPI considered a better measure than the Consumer Price Index, CPI? According to William Luther, director of the American Institute for Economic Research's Sound Money Project, there are two reasons. Firstly, the PCEPI measures all consumption expenditures, including those made on behalf of consumers by the government or employers. This gives a more accurate picture of the categories of expenditures being made in the economy. Secondly, the PCEPI is updated every month, compared to the CPI, which only updates its basket of goods once a year. This is important because it allows for more accurate tracking of individual prices that may be fluctuating a lot. In other words, even though the economy is facing the highest inflation in 40 years, there is some hope for workers as they are earning wages that are similar to what they were earning prior to the pandemic. However, this doesn't mean that everyone is in the clear. The rise in prices may have had a negative impact on some households that haven't been able to negotiate for higher wages. This may have led to a decline in their real wages, making it harder for them to make ends meet. As for the future, it's hard to predict what will happen with inflation and interest rates. While the Federal Reserve is likely to raise rates in an effort to bring down inflation, the future is uncertain. In the meantime, consumers can expect prices to continue to grow, albeit at a slower rate than before. Overall, it's important for individuals to keep an eye on their finances and budget accordingly, especially as prices for everyday goods and services continue to rise. This may involve making some tough choices and cutting back on discretionary spending, but it's important to stay financially responsible and make smart choices for the future. So there you have it, the latest on inflation and what it means for consumers. It looks like we can expect higher than normal price increases through 2023 and possibly even 2024. However, the Federal Reserve is working to bring inflation under control, and while they may undertake more interest rate hikes in the coming months, it's important to remember that prices may continue to rise, albeit at a lower rate. If you found this video informative and helpful, be sure to subscribe to Wealth Builders for more insights and tips on managing your money. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you think could benefit from this information. Thanks for watching.